Hello, beautiful souls. It's nice to be on today. And today I have a special friend coming on. So just waiting for everybody to log in, join in. Today's a night of messages. And I hope everyone's doing well. If you're in the Canadian side of it, it's very, very cold here. Today we received some snow. So if you're across the world in a different country, you might be sleeping now, you might be up. And it's just something that send some sunshine our way because it's very, very cold. Hi, Rosella. How are you? Thanks for joining. So we're just waiting for Steve to come on. Hi, Zena. Oh, so when I did say across the world, I really meant it. Coming in from India. Very beautiful. Nice to see you on the live today, Zena. So we're just waiting for a friend of mine. Hi, Steve. So we're just waiting for Steve to join in. And then we're going to start some messages today for the collective. So hope everyone is doing well and everybody's getting their Christmas shopping done, which is quite hectic during this time of the year. And for the ones that are missing their loved ones, just always know that your loved ones are with you in spirit, always. It's something that we all go through. And at times, hi Isabella, how are you? Thanks for joining. So during a time like this, it could feel a little bit empty at times. It could bring a little bit more sadness in. Maybe sometimes just a little bit of thought of the loss more of, during a time like this when it's Christmas. But just please always know that your loved ones are with you. They never leave your side. And if you've had the pleasure in having a reading, you'll understand that they're always beside you. So Isabella, nice to see you on. Hi, Kathy. How are you? It's great to see everybody coming on. So we're just going to take time and let everybody join in until we can get all of us together here. And then we will start messages. So I'm hoping now at this point, let's take a look. All right. Well, in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I just thought I'd mention on December 14th, Heaven on Earth is doing a fundraiser for Rescue Dogs Lebanon, Canada. Minimum donations, like $20 a donation to be on a live platform on Zoom with myself and Josie. And just know that it's going to a complete good cause. So please know, that it's not only, there's a lot of suffering in the world with a lot of, hatred going on and just things that are going across the world. And we send prayers and healing out to everybody. But animals also are getting, put into the mix as well. So this fundraising is going to be really beautiful. It's going to be all about messages from spirit. So I am happy to be on the panel with Josie during that time for 1.5 hours, delivering nonstop messages. And it's not just from the souls that crossed over, it's also from our fur babies. So it'll be nice to, okay, I see you. Can you see if you could join in? Let's take a look. I'm going to try to see if I can get you on. Hang on a second, the reply. Okay. I see you here. There's got to be a link for you to join in. Let's take a look. But I'm not seeing let me just see if I could do this. I know what to do. I have it. I've got it. I think I've got it. But I'm actually not seeing you on there. And to invite. Let's take a look. I'm not seeing you on the invite. Okay, why is that? Let's take a look. Guest request. Okay, I'm going to try this now. I'm still not able to get you. I don't understand why. That's quite interesting here. Just give me 1 minute. Let me see if I could figure this out. I'm wondering why there's only a limit here. That's allowing me to invite. Interesting. I had this problem last time and I don't understand why. Okay, here we go. Now, perfect. Oh, I think you'll be able, oh, it failed. Why did it fail? Let's try this again. Now I can't even see you at all. Let's try it again. So we'll just wait for people to come on while I manage to get Steve on here. Okay, it's quite interesting. I don't see you now. This is what's even more crazy. Okay, it's frozen on. Okay, sounds good. That's fine. No worries at all. Actually, I'm sure, some difficulties here up in Caledon as well. Who knows? Maybe the power will go out. I'll have to get a flashlight or a candle. Hi, Priya. How are you? Thanks for joining. It's nice to see that you're joining in from India. I love that. So thank you. And actually, hi, Ruth. How are you? Hi, June. I see you on there as well. Let's take a look here. And okay. So we're just waiting for Steve to come on. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Nice to see you on as well. Hi, Priya. Hi. So tonight is messages, and I'm hoping that loved ones will step forward as well and see if there's any messages that will come through from the other side. Hi, Nikki Boo. How are you? And we're just waiting for everybody to join in, and we're just waiting for Steve to join me so that way I can continue on. Every time I do, it freezes the video. Oh, that's not good. Is there any other way you can join on? I'm just thinking maybe if we have to go through Zoom. Do you want to try again, Steve, and see what happens? Let me just try to see something here. Sorry, everybody. This happens all the time. I'm going to try to add you right now. Okay, send an invite. I just send an invite to you. See, adding. I'm hoping it's going to come. There we are. Perfect.
Finally.
Yes, yes. How are you?
Well, a little frustrated.
Well, you know what's interesting? Usually I'm the one who's always frustrated because I'm always having technical difficulties online. So,
Yeah,
well, it's nice to see you online. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Not bad, thanks. Can't complain. I was working from home today, so it's good. And I had to do the winter tires, which is great. So, get prepared for all that stuff. Yeah. So thanks for your patience with me as well, because I know everybody knows I do have rescue dogs that go crazy in the background. So we needed to simmer them down here before I start. Okay.
Good.
So for ones who don't know you on my live, take a minute just to introduce yourself before we dive into the collectives. Talk
Sure.
anything you wish to share.
Sure. So I'm Steve, first of all, and I've got a few channels going. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is fairly new for me, and the handles are all Energy Healing with Steve, and it's all one word. And what I do is I do a little bit of tarot, I do a little bit of energy healing. And by energy healing, I'm referring more to like crystals, putting crystals on people and doing, energy movement without actual touch. And also sound therapy is another part of my repertoire.
That's very beautiful. We were talking about the sound therapy, and I honestly, would you incorporate the sound therapy with either Reiki or crystals? It really makes a complete difference, for the soul that is actually on the chakra bed and relaxing and taking in all this different kind of energy that comes from whether it is your Reiki symbols or your crystals, which are really activated during that time. And then, of course, singing bowls. So it kind of puts a little bit of extra feeling and higher energy into things. And I think this is a great way to go. A
Yeah,
really
and,
good way.
and I know that with the singing bowls, especially if you got like that monkey mind going and you can't let go, the singing bowls help distract that because you follow the sound,
That
and
is
so
so true.
it quiets your mind, right?
That is so, so true. And as a matter of fact, tomorrow I have here at my home studio a cacao ceremony with breath work. So I am sure those singing bowls are coming out and I'm hoping the gong will come out, everything, because you honestly, what I find is you lose yourself in a completely different place
Yeah,
because you're focusing more on the hymn, the melody, the music, and the sound of it. It's
yeah,
just profound. So
yeah.
anybody who hasn't done it, I mean, Steve does it, I do it. So you know what? Doors are open. It's really, really a good place to be. So highly recommend it. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if people are joining on, but I can't see if there's any questions on the board yet. Um, let's take a look. I might have to look at my computer at the same time and see where we are. Let me try to reload this thing here and refresh it. Okay, so did you want to start off with a card, and then I'm sure the viewers will jump in.
Sure.
Okay.
So let's just pull a generic card. You know what? Do you want me to review actually the cards that I had pulled for the week?
Sounds good. Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this past week, and see if this resonates with you because it's already Friday, but let's see if this makes any sense. So the very first card that I had pulled was the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands really it's about balance. It's a creativity card. The element is known as fire, and it's about celebration and peace and stability. Okay. The next card that I had pulled was the Death card in reversed. So the Death card really,
okay.
in reversed, is about internal transformation. Okay, so meaning letting go of things that no longer serve you, and that could be a friendship, that could be a business venture, it could be a relationship, anything of that nature. And then the last card I pulled for the week was the Hermit. So, which it really makes sense because right after letting go of what you no longer serves you, you go
Mm-hmm.
into that hermit phase where you kind of want like a cocoon and you reflect over your life, over what's been done. And then there's almost like an enlightenment going on because you're going to start your next journey. You've got the lamp, the hermit's holding that lamp where it's guiding you in the direction it should go.
It's actually a very beautiful layout.
Yeah.
And I feel like, with the death card being reversed, it's almost like instead of the new beginnings, you are right. It's like going in more within yourself and trying to understand the transformation of where you need to be, where you need to go, and yet just trusting that process of the light, that guiding light, is just to keep moving forward. But I feel like, most in this world, and I think we can even probably speak for ourselves at times as well, is that we all have hesitation of something. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of sit back and you think, can I? Should I? Am I able to? All these questions arise in your mind, but yet it's about just listening to your intuition and trusting it and moving forward with it.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Like to me, I find that we have been so programmed not to listen to our intuition because it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's just there in the background. It's chatter, right? It's not really
Hmm.
accurate. No,
That's
no, no,
right.
no. Listen to it. Trust me, it's more than accurate.
Exactly. It's true. You know what? It's almost like when, students come to me and they say to me, Rose, I feel spirit. I know spirit is there. It's the same thing as when we're listening to intuition. So intuition is more that journey, that guidance. But when it comes to spirit, it's really no different because it is trusting what you are feeling, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. Trust that process. And once you're able to just, I would say, synchronize with the internal part of yourself, then you'll have this feeling of, okay, you know what? Eyes closed. I trust it. I'm walking it,
Yeah.
and you see a whole new world out there
Yeah,
completely.
and you mentioned the spirits and so on. And again, I just want to mention about the programming. We think, and if we feel or see a spirit or whatever clair that we have, we've been so programmed to think by Hollywood that seeing or feeling a spirit is like an evil thing, and it's not, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we've been programmed, and we have to remember that, let's trust our instincts and let's trust the spirits that we see, feel, or hear, because that's very, very important. They're there because they're giving us messages.
Absolutely. Well said. And I will tell you, if we go back, and I'm sure that you were probably brought up Roman Catholic, am I right?
Yeah.
So was I. So thanks God we never really went into this whole religion or Catholic thing, which I respect all religions, but we never were told, do not speak about it, do not talk, do not say. We were never really, but then did we really go to our parents and say, hey, I can see spirit? No.
No.
No, but I feel, and maybe back then, can you imagine if you bring the grandmothers in, they would be like, oh no, no, no. That
They
would be
get
the
out the
worst.
cross and throw the holy water on you.
That's right, exactly. They'll start praying. Where today it's like the new age of, mediums that are out there doing the divine work, just like, we're all doing this how can I say, this beautiful spiritual journey, and it's like sharing that light to many that can't see that light, you
Yep.
know? So it's kind of difficult. So I'm not sure if there's any questions or if I'm frozen because I'm not seeing, and normally I would see questions. So if anybody is on and you have a question, please feel free to ask the question as we move along. And I'll just grab my book just in case.
That
You know
works.
it's interesting. I'm telling you, and I don't feel I'm heading into the right direction. Okay, Catherine. Because I know Catherine, I'll let Steve take over. So Catherine is asking, am I heading in the right direction financially? So thank you, Catherine.
Okay, so I barely even shuffled, and funny enough, what came out again? Four of Wands. Okay, so Catherine, when it comes to finances, the Four of Wands is about stability, it's about balance, it's about celebration, and you can see in the picture here, you can see the tent in the background. It's almost like their home in a sense, and so as far as like a yes and no answer, this is a yes answer. So it is a positive outlook. You're probably approaching it from a balanced perspective when it comes to finances. It's not going either high or low in any kind of dramatic fashion. It's more on a balanced platform. And I'm not sure if that resonates with you. If it does, let me know.
Yeah, that's well said. And I feel like I won't answer for her, but I kind of feel I do know the answers. I know her well, so I am going to say yes. I am. That's why I asked you to take it over. But honestly, it is so true because it is a very positive card. When we look at the tarot itself, it's got this beautiful yellow, serene background, and yours is very peaceful with all these heavenly colors and just the color of the home, and you've got multicolors. But I feel like that sunset kind of gives this real peacefulness, the serenity of, don't doubt the financial part of things because it's really about a success. So I feel like she's doing really good with her finances. Um, I don't feel she's doing things foolishly at all. I feel like she's actually most probably, I feel, investing. That's what I'm going to investing. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's very slow because it's freezing tonight. So maybe everybody, who knows?
Well,
Because I'm not thinking, Kathy, does that make sense to you? Can you take that? I feel like the chat is really, really slow. I'm watching it on my computer, but
I was having a hard time joining at one point because every time I would play the video and then type that I'm here, it would freeze.
okay, yeah, something's not right. Okay, so it does resonate with her. So thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Very interesting. But you know what? You're right. I think there is some kind of glitch somewhere along the line. So is there anybody else that has a question that's online? Isabella? Okay. Where am I going in this life?
In this
Okay.
life?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. I guess you know what? I know Isabella, and most people I do know on the Facebook group. But Steve, I will enhance with you. How's that? We'll pull two together.
that sounds good.
All right.
Okay. Now, Rose, do you like to read reversals or no?
Most of the times I don't, but today I actually did a reading for a young man, and a reverse card did come up, and I did read it. I left it. Spirit told me to leave it, and I said leave it.
Yeah.
But most of the times I don't. When I'm at the events, I don't. Unless Steve, I let them choose the cards and it does come out reverse, then I will not touch it. I will actually read the reverse.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So it's quite interesting because I will tell you from my standpoint here, when we talk about where am I going in this life, well, I feel like you have to trust. There's something just telling me to completely give you this word, and I don't want to say the word so often that it looks like it's being abused, but the fact is, when I look at the Knight of Pentacles, I do feel that you need to trust and move forward, um, especially when it comes to the finances. So I want to bring that in as well, because when we look at the financial part of things and we go in our, cycles, there's an up, there's a dip, there's an up, there's a dip. And sometimes we feel like we're staying in this law where there's a dip. I feel like for you, Isabella, is that you need to connect more. I'm going to say this, connect more maybe to Mother Nature, in a sense where you start to ground yourself. When you feel you are grounding yourself, you will start to connect to much more that surrounds now your place. So where are you going? I feel like there's a really big part of you, that the internal part of your spirit is wanting to explore, and I think it's fantastic. Literally continue to explore in every single way, because I feel like there's such a huge venture ahead for you that awaits, that you can't see, because at times maybe there's a bit of a blockage of some sort. So this period of, I would probably say, about maybe a good 3 months, 3 months to max 6 months, I feel like there will be that shift and that change for you, where you are able to have more clarity in choosing things, or I would say, let's say, being drawn to things that you are connected to. Thank you. So Steve, you want to take over?
Yeah, I had three cards that actually came out. And this seems to be more on the journey of maybe a love thing going on. So the first thing was, it was the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. In the upright position, it's about joy, confidence. Cups is about love in general. It's about emotions. It's a water card. It's very fluid, okay? But it came up in the reverse position, meaning, there could be meaning of greed, there could be meaning of selfishness, materialism. We don't know that yet. I don't know you. The next card that came up following that is the Hangman. And the Hangman is basically, you know what? You're looking at the world now from a different perspective. You're upside down. You're not tied upside down. Okay, you can see the person's almost like in a yoga pose, and there is a light behind that person, a guiding light. Okay, so it's very possible you're letting this go and you're looking at the world in a different perspective. And then what comes next is the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Cups, typically in the tarot deck, that's your Prince Charming. Okay, the one that's carrying you the red rose and the knight in shining armor type of deal. So I think that maybe, if you are looking at a love interest, or if you're in a relationship now, I think that maybe, if there is a little bit focus on materialism and greed, you have to look at things different for that relationship to continue to flourish or grow.
Okay, beautiful. And I'll add on to yours, is almost when it comes into this Hangman position, it's quite interesting. You know, where we feel that we are stuck at times, we're really not stuck, because the fact is, as you mentioned, the yoga position, and in the tarot, one leg is out and one leg is in. So at times we kind of go through something where we feel that we are stuck, but you're really not stuck. So that light that Steve mentioned behind is that another guiding light, where you just have to, once again, trust that process to be moving forward. So I hope that resonates with you. Okay, Nikki. So this is interesting. Thanks for sharing your time. I feel like I am never content with life or career. Interesting. Okay, we're both going to flip, because, again, I do know the audience, and
You're
I
welcome,
can't.
Isabella.
Thank you, Isabella. You're welcome.
Sorry, we're doing it for Nikki now?
Nikki, yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm going to add on something without even flipping at this moment. I feel like it's almost like where I can say, Nikki, is what the guides are telling me at this moment is filling in gaps. And I want to try to understand a little bit more and elaborate on it. Do you know when you feel like you kind of were left behind on certain things in a sense where you never really accomplished what you felt you want to accomplish, but then all of a sudden you start moving very, very quickly, and then you complete something, you conquer it, you come to the victory of it, but then you just kind of sit back and say, did I really want this? Do I really want to be in this? So these are questions that you have in your mind. It's about more or less proving something to yourself in a most loving way that you wish to complete. But when you get there, it's something that you're not being connected to or being drawn to internally. So I feel like there's a disconnect between your mind and the spirit of it and the soul. So, oh, exactly. Okay, well, let Steve pull up. Thank you. So I'm going to let Steve take over on this one. That's not even flipping because we don't need to flip sometimes. I'll let you answer another one. See what comes up for Nick.
Okay. Okay. These. Do you want me to still answer for Nikki?
If you'd like to, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nikki, the first card that came out is the Page of Swords, and you had mentioned her question was about career and life.
Yes,
Okay.
it's why she's not basically content.
Ah. Okay. So this this card, the Page of Swords. Swords is typically a truth. It's an intellect card. It's an air sign, but what it stands for is that it's you could be energetic but restless at the same time. Okay, so it's very possible that your career, maybe you're not focusing on the career, maybe something else is distracting you. And then the next card that came up was the Lovers. Okay, so interesting. I'm not sure if there's a love interest, or maybe that the career that you love is causing some restlessness and it's just not happening. But there is, if I'm looking at this, the major player card here is the Lovers. It's a major arcana card. And then maybe the page that goes on top of that, just to give it some clarification. So the Lovers, it's about pairing. It's a duality. Doesn't always mean romantic. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so maybe there is something in your career that you're trying to find what the duality is and seek the truth out. And it's kind of at the beginning stages. And maybe that's why you feel maybe a little bit lost and not content.
Yeah.
I don't
Well
know
said.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, Nikki, if you can comment down below, very well said. I also, you know what, it's interesting because when you end up in a place where you feel you wanted, but then you get there, I feel like the key word for you right now, Nikki, is a little bit of patience.
Hmm.
I feel like you're still trying to navigate your way inside this career. And I will say, I feel by September, they're giving me the guides. It's almost like this is where there's going to be a new shift in that. So just kind of walk it and just go through it at this moment and allow the universe to open more doors for you. And I feel like there will be another door.
Yeah.
And it'll be a good door. Okay, thank you. Let's take a look because I know there's more questions going on the board now. Looks like it's all getting better. So she said, this is very interesting. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. If you can just comment, Nikki, that will be great. Oh, wow. LOL. Funny you say this. You are all spot on. Very good. That's great. Thanks, Nikki, for validating us. Let's see, take a look. Next question. I think I saw Ruth up here, if I am right. Just trying to take a look. Where are all the comments gone? I feel like they're kind of disappeared. Let me just see if I can find it on here. What's ahead? Okay, this is for Ruth and Reiner. What's ahead for me in the next couple of months? Ruth, if you are online still with us, could you just please send us a quick hello so we will read you on that? And Zena, we're coming to you, Zena, as well. You're next. Okay. So Ruth, if you're still online, could you just, you're very welcome, Nikki. Thank you. So Ruth, we're just, oh, perfect. Okay, so, all right, perfect. Let's take a, and this was for the upcoming 3 months, am I right? She had asked for? I don't know why, but I feel like maybe just see if this is correct. I won't be pulling at this moment. I just want to just run it intuitively to see what resonates with you. Do you feel like you are actually on a standstill right now with work? Yes? Okay. So this is where I feel like right now you're uncertain in kind of leaving something behind to want to start something new, but you're uncertain. So this is where I feel like you're just, it's like, you know what? The guides are actually saying this to me, so I'm going to say this. It's almost like sometimes feeling afraid to be out there in the world again, to do things. And it's not that you can't, it's just something kind of puts you back and just you kind of hold off a little bit before you can actually jump into something. Absolutely. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So I feel like now we're just going to pull some cards, but this is just very interesting because I don't want you to fear of the unknown. This is really, really important. When we start to create, you know, a circle of fear around us, we actually put ourselves in a position where we're unable to move our feet forward. So what's the best thing to do at this moment is to release that fear and, you know what, trust the feeling. I feel like there's already something pulling inside of you that you want to do. So I really feel like it's something you've always wanted to do, but you are uncertain. Go ahead, take over on that one.
Exactly what you just said. I got the Sun card in the reverse position. Okay, so the Sun card in the upright is typically about success and happiness and so on. But in the reverse position, you're looking at it from like failure and depression, maybe negativity. So exactly what Rose was saying, we need to let that go so that you can flip this right side up and welcome in that bright light, that shining light.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. Yes. It's so true. You know, at times we feel, and it's funny because when I flipped the hangman, so that makes a lot of sense. So when you have time to just kind of, you know, reflect, don't reflect on the past, just reflect within yourself and take the moment to really understand what it is that's drawing you to something new that I feel like you want to do. But don't allow yourself to stay in the position where you feel stuck because you're really not stuck. You really are not. So just it's a matter of just again saying, you know what, I've got this and I'm going to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So upcoming 3 months. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. So one of the things, actually, one of my oracle cards that I pulled recently was talking about being stuck. And it's basically asking for help. So ask your spirit guides for help. Go meditate, ask them for help, and they'll bring that to you. They'll push it your way. And sometimes it's not uh, in a very physical sense. It's more like an emotional sense. You'll feel that feeling of happiness when you're about to do something. That's it. So trust that.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. And you
Yeah.
know what? I just thought I'd pick up an angel card, which I don't seldom do that. And the message was the timing is right. So I feel like within, I would say actually something's brewing now. I got to say this, something is brewing within you. But I feel like in the first quarter to the second quarter, that's when I feel like you're going to be able to connect to something divinely. Okay, so thank you, Ruth. I hope you resonated from our message. We have more questions coming up.
Hey,
Looks like you didn't know that you'll be here till 12 o'clock. Did you know that?
that's good. I'm good. It's a Friday night.
That's right. It's like nowhere to go, and there's a winter out there. Okay, thank you, Ruth. Let's see, Charlene. Okay, no, we're going to right now. I believe we're going to Zena, and Zena is all the way in India. So how lovely is that? take a look. I want to know about my spiritual journey. Am I on the correct path? Interesting.
Interesting.
No. So again,
Okay. Gonna
go ahead.
pause these for a quick second. All
Oh,
right.
yes, that's fine. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so again, I like to run intuitively. So before I flip over, and I want to just mention, Zena, this is something that you can connect with. I feel like you are actually taking things, different courses or different classes, and I feel like you're surrounding yourself more around people that are spiritually like-minded. But why do I feel at times you kind of feel like, oh, it's you know what, I can't do this. I really can't do this, or I don't know how to do this. I feel like you're not allowing yourself to be free and to explore the spiritual world for it, not only the connection to yourself, but to the connection on the other side. Even though I feel like you are receiving messages from the other side, but it's more or less, how do I connect with me here on the earth plane? So are you on the right spiritual journey? I say yes, you are. And I do say continue to keep taking courses and classes that will help you excel, help you grow. But you also have to feel it. I think this is what it is. It's not about just the knowing in your mind. I feel like you need to connect with it internally through your spirit. I'll pass it over to you, Steve.
Okay, so the card that I got for Zena is the Page of Pentacles. So as a yes and no card, it is a yes. Okay, so you are on the correct path. Now, if you look at the image here, you can see that the person's somewhat doing a tree pose, like in yoga. So it's showing that you're rooted, you're grounded. And the Page of Pentacles is also about ideas and opportunities. So I think what I'm gathering is you're probably exploring more avenues in your spirituality path, and maybe you're unsure, but if you're exploring those areas, it's because you're being pulled there for a reason. So I think you should explore them and trust your intuition when it comes to that.
Yeah, beautifully said. I'm going to add on to that. So when I received the Empress and the Four of Cups, it's almost like um, loving yourself to the fullest. So I feel like, you know what, being the motherly figure, um, a lot of love that surrounds you. But I feel like there's something right now that you're just more closing yourself in. This is what the guides are saying. Open yourself up more so that way you will believe on the upcoming journey that you are actually taking. So yes, you are on the right path. I feel like there'll be more that's to come, only because it's things that you can't see at this moment, but things are in works through the universe to bring you into a much higher knowing. And this will help you to explore even more, where you're able to connect. I'm going to say connect more. Again, I will say this, with the other side. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you. She says so true. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Did you want to add anything else before we go into the next one?
You know what? Just something that came to me. I don't know, Zena, if you are into nature, if you like to be in nature, because what I'm seeing from this card is a lot of forestry and being outdoors, almost alone, almost hiking. So I'm not sure if that resonates with you at all.
Yeah, actually, it's a good grounding place to be too.
Yeah.
Especially when you're starting out in your spiritual growth, in your spiritual path. I feel like it is a start, because you need to basically allow your mind to be very clean and very clear of the noise that's out there. And there's a lot of noise. So sometimes we need to go more within ourselves. And I don't mean being an introvert. I just mean go into yourself, your own space, and allow, again, the intuition to be the compass to guide you properly.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's more or less, it's kind of in that field of mothering at the same time as wanting that spiritual growth. So keep going. You're on the right path. We're rooting for you at the same time. So thank you for that. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions as well. Okay. Ruth was very happy. She says, good news. Fantastic. Why am I not seeing the messages on my computer? It looks like it froze. So having said that, I want to come back to, Okay, so right now I feel like I want to just mention something to Priya. Priya, are you on? Priya, because I keep, and I feel like it's not for you, Zena. I feel like it's for Priya, unless I've got the two mixed. So Priya, if you're on, just say a quick little hello. Oh, you're very welcome, Zena. Thank you, Zena. You'll do really, really wonderfully well. I see that. So I feel like what I am receiving is, um, she's not here yet, Priya. Okay, I'm going to actually just put it out there. I'm going to just detour for a split second because Spirit is just giving me this understanding to work with right now. Between Zena and Priya, can either one of you guys take a bracelet? There's a bracelet right now that's being shown to me. I feel like it's either a bracelet that's been made in memory of, or a bracelet that one just came across of their loved one. Can anyone take this? And if it's not Zena or Priya, somebody else? And the bracelet is a very, very significant message here. And it could be someone that's even wearing this bracelet at this moment or just put it away. So we're going to keep going, but if anybody connects with this specific bracelet, then I will bring down some messages. But we're going to keep going on the next because I don't see anybody yet.
Okay, Rose.
All right.
Rose, repeat what you said. It was kind of muffled.
Oh, was it muffled?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was something about a bracelet.
Yes. So Spirit World is with me at this moment, and I feel like there is a bracelet. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Missed you too. I feel like there's a bracelet being shown to me. It's either a bracelet that was made in memory of, or a bracelet that belonged to the loved one. And it doesn't matter if it's a male or female at this moment, because I simply am, you've got the bracelet. Okay, Isabella, thank you. Beautiful. Okay, so I feel like right now this is a bracelet that has a lot of sentimental value to it. And I feel like this was purchased, and there's so much excitement and love, with this bracelet. And I feel like this bracelet is, at times being worn and then at times being placed beside the bed or under the pillow. So it's in a place where it's safe. And I feel like your loved one, and it's a male that's coming forward. So I feel like it's your husband that wants to say to you that not to lose it, because I feel like this is one of his favorite bracelets. So do not lose this bracelet. I also feel like, let's take a look. He's talking about some kind of cake. I don't know why. So there must be a celebration coming up. So it's either a celebration of a birthday or a celebration that just passes a birthday or upcoming in Christmas, something to do with a celebration. So it doesn't mean, don't misinterpret sadness of things of him not being here, but I feel like it's a celebration of something coming up that he wants to see the complete joy between you and his family. Can you understand that, Isabella? Because he's talking about cake. Interesting. So I feel like somebody's going to be doing something and just honestly baking a cake. No worries, Priya. No worries. Thank you for coming back. But I feel like this cake, Isabella, it's something, it doesn't have to be anything of sugar. It could be simple something that you will make, and it's one of his favorite dessert. Absolutely beautiful. So I feel like you really, really need to make this. And this is something that I truly believe that he will be with you at that time, because I feel like you guys were doing it together prior to his depart. So I feel like there was at one point where you guys were talking in the kitchen and laughing, and you looked at him and said to him, well, you're missing an ingredient. I will take care of the ingredients. I will put things together. So I feel like he was helping you, and he was trying overly to help you, but it didn't work. Can you understand that, Isabella? It's very slow, Facebook. I see that today.
Yeah.
And it's showing me some symbols on this bracelet. I feel like there's some symbols. Great granddaughter is 7 in 2 weeks. Beautiful. Thank you for validating that. So that will be the upcoming celebration. And I feel like he will be with each and every one of you at that party in celebrating her birthday. And I feel like the granddaughter, it's quite interesting, because I feel like the granddaughter actually sees him from the other side. So this is something that the symbols too. Okay, beautiful. So those symbols are really profound. So I feel like it's interesting. It's almost like these symbols with lines. So if I had to take a language, there's something written in these lines. So I feel like just please don't lose it. He's saying, don't lose it, and it's to be passed down to his sons. Okay, so either one will receive that. But the as a celebration, I want to just talk about the young little granddaughter that he has. I feel like the granddaughter, when she's in her room, and if you could get that validated or you would know, I feel like the lights go off and on, they flicker. So this is something where I feel that this young granddaughter of his is able to understand that she's feeling some kind of loved one. She's uncertain of who she's feeling. Just please rest her mind and let her know it's her grandfather. Okay? So thank you for that. He's just sending love from the other side. And he says to tell you that to keep shining and smiling because he loves you more than you can ever know from the other side. His love is real love, Isabella. So thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, as we move along, did you want to add something or?
Me?
Yeah, message
Oh,
of from you.
I'm sitting here just like enthralled and like amazed at everything that you just mentioned. But
Oh, thank you.
the one thing that I don't know what it is about the bracelet, but I feel like it's a wooden bracelet, like some kind of almost like wood, like this kind of sort of, but I could be way off.
Okay.
So I don't know if Isabella, if that makes any sense.
Okay. It's so beautiful. You know, messages really can help one find inner peace, healing, direction, guidance. Just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she's still, yeah, she's still there, but the messages are going a little bit slow. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, we'll go tomorrow. Okay, we're coming to you too, Sandy. She said, "Wow, Isabella."
Silver and gold made by native artisan. Amazing. Okay.
That's where the lines come in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Isabella. Thank you for validating. We're going to move on to the next. So he's sending you love. He told me to do that, so I must do that for you. Okay, that's his huge love, and I feel like he wants to kind of bear hug you from the other side. So nice, love, warm. Okay, so thank you again, Isabella. We're moving on to Sandy. I have a question. If you're able to answer it, will tomorrow go okay? Interesting. I don't know. I'm already getting an answer.
Yeah, it's kind of cryptic to me there, Sandy.
It's like, do we need the pendulum now?
For real. What do we got here?
Let's take a look.
Okay, you go first.
I'd love to run intuitively on this, but I'm going to flip to see if I am on the right track just in case before I deliver. So I am holding back just a little bit. You're welcome, Isabella. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to go with the one. Okay. So I want to explain something to you and how I deliver this for you. There is going to be some sadness. So when I see some sadness, intuitively, the guides had told me, and take this as not a negative way. When I say the word no, I don't want you to understand it as no, because there's something that's to be learned in this. So I feel like tomorrow may not be the full outcome that you seek or that you wish for, because I do see Five of Cups. Five of Cups is just a little bit of sorrow, a little bit of sadness, things not maybe being placed in its divine order the way you would like it. But I do feel, having said that, I feel like this is to return back. I believe maybe a couple months from now. Maybe I shouldn't even say a couple. They're saying 3 to 6 months. So up to 3 to 6. And I feel like this is something that will surface once again to be in the proper channel and alignment.
So what do you have, Steve?
I've got the Hermit in reversed.
Ooh.
So it's pretty much exactly what you said. It's about withdrawing, isolation, loneliness. So it's very, and it's not, it's not a yes or no answer. This is a maybe type of card. So I think what Rose was saying was bang on. I think that maybe tomorrow might give you the opportunity to, maybe pull back, go within yourself, maybe isolate, reflect on things, and then in a period of time, come back and flip this card upside down and, get that enlightenment and then get that clarity in the path that you need to go on.
Yes. Well
Yeah.
said. Thank you for that. Beautifully said. So I hope, Sandy, you resonate with that, but don't be discouraged. I really need you to feel it's not about us preparing you of tomorrow. Only the guides and the angels know the ultimate of everything. It's what's running through us to be able to maybe perhaps prepare you for just in case that will take place and that you don't walk away discouraged. You have a
Mm,
funeral to go to. Okay. All right. So with having said that, you have some anxiety. This immediately already is going to start shifting that energy. Okay. So please, 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 as far as the situation, I feel like you'll need some time with this. And if it's a close loved one, our deepest condolences to you and your family. That would be first and foremost. But I feel like things will get better and looked at later down the road. So just release the anxiety, and blessings to the loved one who has passed over and crossed. Just
yeah,
know that they are with you.
likewise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, we're looking at now. Let's take a look. So I'm just going now back up. Kind of hard to see because I want to ask Priya for a split second. And thanks for joining also, Sandy. Priya, I want to talk about some artwork. If you're there, can you please just say hello that you're there? I feel like your daughter is sending a message from the other side, something to do with artwork. It's either artwork that you have of hers, or you're actually doing it yourself. Something to do with some beautiful art pieces right now. So it could be like somewhat like, we're not talking doodling. We're talking about something that started off as doodle, but it's now moving into more of the actual art itself. So can you understand that? Does that make any sense to you in connection to your beautiful daughter? And I feel like that she's also referencing to some letters, some notes or letters that surfaced. I would say probably within the 6 months that she had departed, if that makes any sense. It's a bit slow in receiving the messages. I just need to be validated prior so I can start moving on. Can you understand that in the artwork? And also some notes that you're holding on to. It could be even written journals. Can't resonate on that? No art? How about the journals? Any journals or anything that was written? And maybe I want to just explain on the art, just to make sure, is there something of hers that is of art that you have? And if it's not, if you can't resonate, that's fine too. On the art, is there a picture of hers that you have? Because she just keeps saying art, 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 and I need time to elaborate on that. On the art, no? Can you just put art, no, so I understand what it is? And we're talking about writings, the journals, or notes that you found of hers. This is not a goodbye note. These are notes that you have of hers. Written notes could be into the cards, written cards of something that has some kind of beautiful meaning to it. I have everything for her. I'm not understanding the message, Priya. Art, no. Okay, perfect. That's fine. And how about the words, the notes of something that you found, something that was written, something that you have of hers? Hi, Cheyenne. How are you? Nice to see you joining. I'm still waiting for Priya. Just hold on before me. Yes, her lots of cards and journals are in the cupboard. Okay, beautiful. So I feel like what she just wants to reference to is that she's acknowledging from the other side at times you go back in there and you're reading them. It's almost like going in and kind of just taking in the flow of her energy, what she was writing. Um, and this is something that for her, it's very important because there's a lot of beautiful words that are written inside there. And I feel like even through her schooling, the intelligence of, her grades, she's very proud of herself while she was here in accomplishing what she needed to accomplish, even though she didn't get a chance to complete her journey. I feel like she is still completing on the other side. If that resonates with you. And I feel like she's just saying to tell you, she's referencing to candles. So there must be something being lit in the home. Candles for her in memory of her with a picture. So I feel like there's a picture, there's a candle, and I feel like there's a lot of prayers being said during this time and talking as well. Because I feel like she's saying to tell you, I do hear you, Mom. So can you understand that? It's a bit slow them coming in. And it's almost like you have to wait for validation when you're connecting with loved ones because it will be able to move forward. Yes, I do have tea light every day. Beautiful. So I feel like just pay attention to the light. I'm going to tell you one thing. Yes, yes, beautiful, Priya. Pay attention to the light. If the flames will kind of go a little bit like as if someone's blowing that flame. So pay attention. I feel like it'll be her presence being there at that moment can resonate with this. Okay, beautiful. So I feel like just when you see the flame move, just know that it is her walking around you and being beside you. Okay, so thank you for that, Priya. I will leave you with one thing. She is with a dog on the other side. I feel like it's like a little bit of a smaller, medium-sized dog, not too big. So I'm going to go more smaller, medium. And she just wants to let you know that the dog is doing well on the other side. Okay, so thank you for that, Priya. She's sending you lots of love. And she's saying, don't forget to hang. I feel like she has this string going across as a decoration. And I feel like she wants her picture on there, which is really lovely. So never had Spirit tell me that. So I feel like maybe Priya's doing that or is thinking of doing that, but she wants her picture on it. It's like going on across a string. So that will be her thing. Thank you. Thank you, Priya, very much for validating. Thank you. Much love to you from your daughter. She's sending you lots of hugs and kisses. And she says to tell you, she does this to you. From behind, I'm here, Mama. So I'm here. So much blessings to you. So thank you. Okay. Now we're going to move on to Cheyenne. This is for you. When will I get this? Will I get the job? Thank you, Priya.
So I'm not sure if you heard any pitter patter going around, but that's my dog.
Oh, at least your dog is quiet. Mine is, you don't want to start Milo.
Luna, come here.
Hearts back to you, Priya. I don't know what she's saying before you pull that card because when a loved one steps forward, they don't stop. So she's talking about her necklace, something to do with her necklace, a necklace either you gave to her that you are either wearing or a necklace that she had that you're wearing. So just hold on to this precious necklace. That's what she's saying. It's all yours, Steve. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Taylor.
So as far as the job is concerned, I've got the 10 of Wands. And I don't know if you pulled a card yet.
Not yet.
Okay, so the 10 of Wands typically from a yes and no perspective, unfortunately, is a no. But there's always a but to the situation. Okay. It, I'm not sure if you have maybe more than one opportunity going on, because when I look at this card, it looks like this person is walking away from wherever they are and seeking something new. So maybe that opportunity is not the one that's meant for you. Maybe there's another one coming up shortly. And I'm not sure what card you've pulled, Rose.
You know, it's quite interesting. I'm on the same page as you. You know why? Five of Pentacles, the Moon, Queen of Wands. Five of Pentacles, it's actually in sync with you. Oh, wait a second. Made a necklace for her in August for, lovely. Thank you for that. Thanks, Priya. Thanks for validating. So Five of Pentacles and the Moon. So it's interesting because should she even allow her mind to say, this is it, I want it, it's not going to be exactly what you expect. And she has three interviews. So she's validating you. Yeah. So the Five of Pentacles and the Moon, you got to be very, very careful, Cheyenne, in your upcoming choice. I need you to feel that you use your intuition. Don't go based on this job is paying more. This job has better hours. I want you to feel connected to it completely, because when I look at the Five of Pentacles, that's something that having to make that choice that you might think it's a better choice, you're going to have a lot of situations that are not going to be in your favor. I can tell you right now. With the Moon card, that's giving you this division. So you need to be really, really careful where it may present itself to be very sweet, promising, loving, but at the same time, it's being covered by the Moon. So be very, very careful. Queen of Wands is turn up the intuition and listen to that completely, because I feel like this upcoming, it's almost like I would say the first not seeing, toss up between second and third, but I feel like, believe it or not, I feel like it's going to be the third. I feel like she will go through that. Oh my God, this is what we just talked about today.
Yeah, and here, you know what? I pulled another card for a little bit more clarity, and I've got the Five of Wands, which is a little bit about tension going on, some arguments, some competition. And it could be on the friendly side. So it's very possible that someone else that they're interviewing as well, you might have some pretty good competition going. And your Moon card there really, Rose, it's all an illusion.
Yes, yeah. Very, very true.
So to me, the Moon is an illusion.
Very true. You know what's quite interesting? You know, the daily word for me is illusion.
There you go.
Because we are all living in illusion, all of us, each and every one of us. It doesn't exist. And you know what? And I'll give an example to anybody who's watching at this moment. You know, when you feel like, okay, somebody's, maybe talking about you, example, or somebody is not being kind to you. Things like this, it's us putting in our mind this illusion, because it really does not exist, and it's not happening. So make sure when you are, when your mind is running away from you, take this and step out of that space and just remind yourself it is an illusion. So do not allow yourself to get stuck, because we all can do that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like one thing I can say, Cheyenne, you have a beautiful upcoming opportunity that is going to move you in the right direction. And it's actually going to give you enough to grow with this company. So I have to say, you'll do really, really well. That I can say.
Yay.
Thank you for that, Cheyenne. And okay, so they were talking, Cheyenne was just saying that a coworker and I both have an interview at the same school that we both want, and she is good competition. I feel like she's going to get it over me, but we both been such good sports about it. That's the best thing. Remember, you know what? So in this lifetime, go ahead. Sorry.
It's that friendly competition from the Five of Wands, 100%.
Yeah, and you know something, in life.
You're welcome, Cheyenne.
Don't treat it as anything but love. That's the best way I can say. Yeah, there should never be any jealousy between any from any soul to any soul.
Yeah.
I look at it this way: if we could all live like heaven lives, no jealousy, no hatred, no animosity, no competition, only love, then we'd be in a better place, all of us, and we get it right, I think. Okay, all right. I don't know. I think it's going to be going all night. So we'll take one more. If there's any other questions, let's take a look. I just love how they've made a necklace for her daughter. So beautiful. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, okay. Oh, Nilufar. Rose, please, if possible, pull a tarot card for me. I really need it.
Oh.
Is this connected to you?
To
you at all? No, right?
me?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not the.
All
no.
right. Let's take a look. So we can both
All right.
pull a card. I think we both can do that. So she's basically saying to pull a tarot card for me. I really need it. Okay. Okay. So if you are there, I hope I'm pronouncing your beautiful name right. Nilufar. Nilufar. If you are there and I'm pronouncing it right, just please say you are here. Okay. So I can start. That's great, Cheyenne. Keep uplifting each other. And Charlene would like a message. So Charlene is next. We gotta know where. That's what happens. You see when you do your 1 hour live, and then you'll be here till 12. I didn't tell you that part, did I? You'll be here till 12. No.
Okay. Nilufar is looking. She's looking for a job. Looking for a job. It says.
Okay,
Right.
let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so I do feel there is an opportunity at this moment. So even though you are looking, I do feel there's something that is on the horizon, but I do feel you left something. Is it something that was creating a little bit of disturbance? Hold on 1 second. Is there something that I could say that was creating a past, let's just say, not the word disturbance, because I feel like there was something good, but you decided to make a new choice from something. Did you let's reword this. Did you let go of something that did have a great opportunity? Did you walk away from something before I continue on the next? If you could say yes or no. Or there was an interview that you had, or you missed something of an interview, because I'm feeling like there's something that was positive that you missed. It's almost, yes, I'm layoff. Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second. So this is where the disconnect, where I see this on the upcoming. So it's kind of interesting. Okay. The best way where I can say it, there will be, but I don't see it just yet in the immediate. Okay, so I would need you to hang tight. Steve, you're nodding. Yes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't see it in the immediate position at this moment. I do feel second over quarter, second to third quarter. So this means I want you to redirect something and take this in a very positive way. Redirect your thoughts of how you are kind of, feeling. I feel like it's kind of putting a little bit of if that's the proper word, downer, if that's the word. You feel okay, perfect. Thanks, Steve. I feel like this is where your mind is going to, and it's not allowing you to shine the way you need to remain in a positive field where you are able to be out there, like feeling you want to. So I feel like you're kind of just more going within yourself, spiritually and mentally, if you can understand this. If that makes sense, if you could just say yes or no, that would be interesting to understand that. So it's like they're telling me to redirect the mind. Don't sit in the space of, I have nothing. I can't do anything now. Where am I going to go now? Actually, no, change the vibration, what they're saying, for you to be out there back in the workforce in receiving something new. So where I flipped over, I don't see anything in the immediate. Steve, your turn.
Yeah, I've got a couple. It's interesting. I've got the Queen of Swords in reversed, and that really. So the Swords is typically about speaking the truth or searching for the truth, and the Queen being upside down is something about being dismissive and critical. So I'm not sure if you, in the job that you just lost, maybe people were watching you, they were criticizing you, and it probably was not the nicest of environments. And following that was the tower moment. So that's losing that job, right? So
Yeah.
that's coming up for the tower moment, and that's your current status. And then next I had the Four of Pentacles in the reverse position, which is kind of signifying, greed and materialism and so on. But what I'm gathering from that card specifically is it's trying to say, you know what, just be careful of your finances right now. Hold on to your money. Don't spend it on materialistic things, because that's it's going to be in a negative tone. You want to change that vibration. Just like Rose said, change that energy, change that train of thought, and flip this around. So flipping it around allows you just to be cautious with your money, but you'll have it and hopefully have a new job on the horizon. So
Yes.
here there is a lot about thought and switching the perspective.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. It's almost like seeing her, when you feel like you lost hope, but you really haven't lost hope. And I have to validate that part where she was in her work. And that's why I feel in the beginning I was saying there's some kind of, disturbance of things. I don't remember the exact word I used of what they delivered, but it's almost like being in that specific place wasn't really serving her for a higher good.
Right.
That's the best way to say it. So I have to also stay with you on that one. I agree. Yeah. Okay. So if that makes sense, just hang tight, sit tight over the holidays, have a nice maybe eggnog, glasses of wine, some chocolate, enjoy yourself. Hold on to, like Steve was talking about, the monetarily part of it. Don't be so easily to go on a shopping spree. Do the shopping spree and fill your soul first. That's what I want to say. Fulfill that first. Okay. Love is the key there. Okay. Thank you. You tell me when you want to come off, because this doesn't stop. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm really enjoying this. So I think we should do like a repeated time that we keep doing this
Sounds good.
Bring people forward.
Sounds good. Would love that very much. Okay. So one more and then
one more.
Okay. And then we will be back again soon. I did promise heaven. You're very welcome, lovely. You're so welcome. Okay. I did promise I would be back, and I did skip a week or 2 weeks. I'm guilty, but that's okay. With my schedule, sometimes it's so crazy I don't get time for myself. So I want to go into, where is it? Priya, I know you want a card, but I'm going to just kind of let Charlene in there quickly, and then maybe slip yours to the end, okay? Charlene. So I'm going to let you and myself pull again. Charlene, if you're there, could you just please say hello? Let's take a look here. And Charlene actually messaged me today that she was going to come on, but she got the dates mixed up. So I'm glad to see you on, Charlene. And if you're there, just wave, say hello. Hi, Josie, I see you on. Okay. I can say it. Bonjour. I can say that. All the way from Montreal. That's as far as it gets. I don't speak anymore. All right. We're pulling for Charlene. I forgot to just cleanse this very quickly. All right. I hope I said Nalufar. Beautiful name. Very lovely. All right. Did you want to start?
Charlene? No, you go ahead. I'm still shuffling.
Okay. Fair enough. Sounds good.
Did she ask anything specific or just pull a card?
I think just pull a card. Ooh, these look good. Interesting. So Charlene, What I do see is the Lover's card, Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. I feel like the message here is you're finally feeling at your best. That means it's almost like not rekindling the love with your husband. I feel like it's almost like you're spending more quality time doing things that you used to do. You're honestly going back and finding yourself more together. So it's not like you guys are at this point where you're both doing, love you all. Thanks again. God bless. God bless, Nikki. Much love, Nikki Boo. Much love. And thanks for joining on. It was actually nice to see you on here today. So Charlene, if this makes sense, in the past where I feel the two, this is a partnership, this is the Lover's card. This is something to do with, I feel like you were more out in the workforce doing what you needed to do. Having said that, I felt like there was a little bit, thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Much love to you always. Good night, lovely. So I feel like what happens is there's been a little bit of a struggle in the past in the finances. So I feel like you needed to find yourself to go more out there, to kind of work, to bring some more into the past position. Having said that, I am seeing somebody who kind of leans on you in many ways, where I feel like you're now finally putting your foot down to say, hey, that's enough now. You can't be leaning on me, asking me financials, to help you here or to help you emotionally. Because I feel like you're kind of being in this position where this was trailing along from the past, coming into the upcoming. At the same time, what I do see, what's very beautiful, is that you being in a place where you're at now, you're finally saying victory to yourself. You're enjoying your every moment, and you're taking the time to be more creative, if that's the best way I can say it. Having said that, you can't allow it's almost like I got this yin yang here, this black and white, this I'm on a high, and I'm on a little bit of a, don't know what to do with myself. I'm just sitting there and kind of wasting time or passing time or whatever. Can you understand that, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you're putting yourself in this anxiety mode, or this feeling like, but you can't be like that, because I feel like you just have to trust in doing something that gives you this beautiful balance for yourself, at the same time is enjoying where you're at with your husband and the family life. So can you understand that, Charlene? I do see really good for you. Go ahead, Steve. Thanks.
All right. So your recent past card here, you've got the Six of Swords. So that's coming, you've left something a little bit turmoiled, and you're moving on to smoother, calmer waters. Okay, so that's your recent past. Your current situation, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So some kind of new venture when it comes to possibly a job or some kind of new project in the career area. And it's a great card to have. And then from there, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is success. Okay, so you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. So if that's not happening yet, you will very, very, very soon.
Interesting. Beautifully said. And I'm with you on that completely. But you know what's interesting, Steve?
Yeah.
I said, let me just pull this deck again and take one card. What do you think came out? Did I not show you that card for her? So I feel like, what? She needs to really, really reevaluate certain things that she is doing and the people that are around her.
Yeah.
Okay. So that way she could breathe a little bit. And she is validating that. So thank you, Charlene. I hope that message really resonates. One last card for the pull. I never like to go off and neglect or ignore or say I didn't see it. I did see it. Okay, Priya, we're going to pull one card for you, my love. And this is about, can you pull a card for my husband for his work success? Things aren't going well. Okay, let's take a look. One more, and then to the beautiful audience that joined us. While we are pulling, I just want to tell you something, Steve. There is one beautiful family member of mine. She's watching, actually. She's on right now, June. If you could just say hello, June. There
hello,
is, and so now you finally meet Steve. Steve meets June. So look at how interesting this is. If you look behind me, and this is something that not everybody will see, I can tell you now. My young spirit guide of a girl will present herself. And I have been on lives, and there was one other that actually could see the vision, but not see her completely the way I will see her. But June, she always seems to show up for for June. And while I was talking, I see these messages coming through. She's behind you. So we welcome Anastasia. That's my spirit guide and my daughter. So thank you.
Yay.
Interesting. All right. So thanks, June. I did see the message. I just can't take it off the screen because I might cut Steve off. So thank you. I'm blessed to have her, and I will take a look at the snapshot. Okay, so Priya, the last one, and then we are all set to close off. I hope tonight everybody's having a beautiful night and a relaxing one.
So I'll go while you pull. So this card was about your husband, and I believe his career and how it's going and so on. I've got the King of Wands, and the King of Wands, it's a fire card. This is a king, someone who knows how to be creative. They're a visionary. They're a leader. So it is a very good card for your husband to have. It's really showing that, you know what, in his career path, he's able to use his creative endeavors to succeed, to lead, and to guide people.
Very beautiful. And it's amazing. Look what came up.
The lion.
Exactly. Very interesting. Just beautiful with the masculinity there. And
Yeah.
that's the question on her husband. Thank you for that. I'm going to add on to yours.
Yes.
So I do feel in the past, this is the past card with the Lover's card, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. So I feel what's happened was there was an opportunity that he has had, something that was bringing an abundance in. Having said that, looking at his finances, it's almost like putting it into a test or investment of something where I feel something completely went on, let's say, the downslide. Having said that, it's created this partnership, which the partnership is upside down. He trusted someone to be working side by side with, and it didn't work out the way he needed it to come out. So this is where I feel like something went wrong with the two together. It probably wasn't a fit of something. So whether it's a boss or it's a partnership, it's still this partnership in between. Having said that, I feel like where he thought it would be something that would increase and be very beneficial, and I would say a much strength of an actual project that he was working on, I feel like he wasn't paying attention to the signs. And he didn't have his heart into it the way he needed to have his heart into it. So this is something he needs to be very, very careful in trimming and treading, so he doesn't make the same pattern or repeat the pattern. Having said that, there is a nice upcoming ahead of him. There is a new opportunity coming up for him. And once again, I'm feeling it's going to land in the March or the June, July they're talking about. There will be some, and I feel like it's going to be sooner, within more the first quarter. That will be something that he cannot see at this moment, but I feel like it's in works. It will divinely be brought to him. There will be an opening of financials for him. It also helped him to recover certain things of losses. But they are saying this is a good move and to move forward with it. Don't be afraid, if that makes sense. So we thank you. Now, so everybody who joined us an hour and a half later, that's great. Everybody had a really beautiful time, beautiful messages. We thank you for tuning in with myself and Steve, and we will be back again. We will announce when we are going to be back, pulling cards and messages. And of course, messages from loved ones coming through the holidays is very difficult. So I'm always privileged and honored to deliver messages, especially during a difficult time. So thank you. Did you want to say anything before we come off?
Yeah, just thanks for everybody. Thanks for the questions. And thank you for allowing us just to share the messages with everybody.
Thank you. All right. Much love to everybody. Have a beautiful, blessed weekend and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.